Tales of the Shire initially had quite a lot of hype behind it, but as time has gone on, a lot of people have become disinterested in this experience, whether that's because of the lead producer attacking gamers, or them silencing us on their social media, or Sweet Baby Inc.'s affiliation, or maybe even the PS1 level graphics. There's just a lot of gamers who have said, you know what, I'm going to pass on this experience. But now they have finally revealed these system requirements, and they're surprisingly demanding. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, obviously, everyone has been wrecking the graphics of this title. It looks like a PS1 game. The hobbits look like melted butter, as I've seen it described, and it just seems like they didn't put a lot of work or effort into this. And after multiple delays, we thought that they might improve upon the graphics and really polish it up, but this just does not look good. And now we're finding out that apparently these system requirements are surprisingly demanding now. Are they the most, intense requirements I've ever seen for a game? Absolutely not. But compared to other very cozy games, it's pretty shocking. And keep in mind, this is not a game for the Monster Hunter gamers or the Elden Ring gamers. This is a game that is marketed towards an audience of people who typically play cozy games who might not have top of the line PC. So I'm wondering if they're going to face a problem with the people who they're even marketing this towards. So it says Tales of the Shire's official system requirements have been revealed, and they are surprisingly demanded for a cozy Animal Crossing style life sim. Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game, is being described as a laid-back, cozy experience set in Tolkien's Middle-earth. I love this world, and I wanted this to come out, and I wanted it to be good, but I've just personally given up hope for this experience. Tales of the Shire has undergone multiple delays since its announcement back in early 2024, but the title now has a confirmed release date of July 29th, a couple of weeks from now. A new trailer was released just a month ago, showcasing the idyllic day-to-day life of a hobbit. Gameplay-wise, it appears to be quite similar to Animal Crossing New Horizons, with helping the townsfolk of Bywater build up their settlement from a quaint town to a thriving village as the overarching goal. Early impressions indicate the game has no combat to speak of and focuses exclusively on delivering a casual, relaxed gameplay loop which involves house decorations, gardening, farming, fishing, foraging, trading with locals. Though, while all of those things sound fine and dandy, the PC system requirements were revealed yesterday, and many were taken aback by how steep they are now. If you're somebody who plays modern video games on a PC, this isn't going to affect you. But if you're somebody who has a PC that's kind of outdated, or you're just somebody who pays very close attention to PC requirements, you're going to be pretty shocked by this, because the minimum specs demand an Intel Core i5 7600K and a GeForce GTX 770 equivalent, whereas the recommended specs require an i5 10600 and RTX 3060 Ti equivalents. Again, these are not the most demanding specs I've ever heard of, right? Look at something like Monster Hunter Wilds that doesn't even run on PCs that cost 4 or 5K that are state-of-the-art, top of the line. But you would think for a game like this, it wouldn't be even close to that. And when you compare it to other cozy, lower quality, I guess we'll just say, games, ones that don't have very high end graphics or art styles like Palia or Disney Dreamlight Valley or Tiny Glade, they do not require anywhere close to what this game is asking for to run comfortably, which is just pretty surprising. But I guess this is what happens when you put all of your dollars into DEI instead of developers, right? You're paying for mediocre developers, or developers who are juniors who might have made a good game in the future, but they needed more time in the industry. And you're putting your money towards hiring a company like Sweet Baby Inc. for sensitivity consulting and writing help. If you were good at your job, you wouldn't need to hire another company like Sweet Baby Inc. to tell you how to rewrite your game. You would just be able to do it. So you would have been able to save some money that way. But this game has been delayed multiple times at this point. They said that they needed to polish it and they needed to tweak it. And you would think that by now, right, the game would run really smoothly on basically a potato, but it doesn't really look like that's going to be the case. I mean, again, to run comfortably, you're going to need like a 3060 Ti, which I understand is years old at this point. The 3060 Ti only had come out in 2020, but that's still 5 years ago. We are halfway through 2025, so that's almost 6-year-old tech. Yes, but it's still what an average gamer could be running. Like for someone like me, I always have a extremely powerful computer because I'm doing content creation with it and I'm playing all these high-end games, but that's not the case for every single gamer, and I completely understand that, and that's why I'm sitting here pretty baffled by this, and a lot of other people are clearly baffled too, as on social media, they are getting roasted right now. A good dev uses their skills and experience to manage their resources and ensures consistency by understanding how their engine works. A bad dev just throws in what looks good, lets the engine do the heavy lifting, and blames customers for not upgrading their rigs. Actually true. Optimization? What? Why? Bro, we have lesbian, non-binary hobbits that teach a lesson of tolerance and baking. People will literally buy new computers to play this. I think that that's so funny. This should have been on Switch too. That's just my opinion. There are some people saying, I don't know, a 3060 Ti as recommended seems reasonable. That's an old card, which, yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of gamers do have a 3060 Ti or potentially better. But at the same time, this was the set of cards where they started to get very high in price very quickly because of scalpers. So there are still people who are running significantly older tech just because they didn't want to pay that, insane price on a secondary market. And they were always out of stock. I know that that situation has definitely resided a little bit, but I mean, even with the newest cards, with the 50 cards, some of them are hard to find. How is it so demanding? It looks like a PS2 game. I used to say it looked like a PS2 game. I think I'm more in line with the opinion that it's a PS1 game. I mean, the PS2 Hobbit game looks significantly better than this, and of course, that's significantly older. I love that game. I had streamed it on the channel last year. I really enjoyed it. You're kidding me. It looks worse than a PS2 title. Unless this game has next-gen hair and cloth physics, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it's badly optimized. How is that even possible? This looks like a glorified PS2 game. Those 10 players better have a good PC, which I think is just so funny. And after all of the backlash that has surrounded this game and all of the controversy that is surrounding this game, you'd think that they would at least be giving you a super high quality experience. And I understand that part of the visuals and the aesthetic not looking, super new or modern is just a artistic choice, but I feel like even with this artistic choice, they could have done a little bit better. It just looks very unpolished. It looks like it needed more time for them to flesh out the ideas that they had for this art style, because I do think that it could have been really good, but what we've seen so far has just left me and of course many other people disappointed, and I don't think that this game is going to sell particularly well, given as of right now, let's refresh it, it hasn't gone up in followers in days because I've been following it and I've been covering it, and it's still number 67 in the wish lists, even though this releases in 2 weeks. You'd think that it would be doing much better for a Lord of the Rings game, but it's not. So yeah, I mean, while I don't think that these PC specs are going to be insane for a lot of people, I do think that they are surprisingly demanding, and the cozy or casual gaming audience that they're really trying to capture with this game might have a problem running it on the recommended spec. So I'll be keeping my eye on this to see if they make any statements. But now we have another twig to add to the burning fire that is Tales of the Shire. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.